What would you do if the woman you loved, the one who promised forever, was planning a baby shower for another man's child, and you were still blissfully unaware, buying tiny shoes? I never thought I'd be asking myself that, not after 10 years of marriage. Not after building a life in the bustling heart of Chicago. A life I believed was solid as the skyscrapers lining Michigan Avenue. The night everything broke was a Tuesday, not with a bang, but with the soft, insidious glow of a phone screen at 2 a.m. Sarah, my wife, was asleep beside me, or so I thought. Her phone, usually face down, was angled slightly, and a notification flashed, illuminating the room in a sickly blue light. Baby shower registry updated, it read, from a name I didn't recognize. My heart, a moment ago beating a steady rhythm of peaceful sleep, now hammered against my ribs like a trapped bird. The mystery wasn't asterisk if asterisk something was wrong, but asterisk how deep asterisk the rot went, and why the invitation wasn't for asterisk us asterisk. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from, what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The humiliation hit me first, a cold, nauseating wave. It wasn't just the registry. It was the name of the sender, Mark from Evanston, a colleague Sarah had mentioned once or twice, always dismissively. My mind raced. Piecing together fragments I'd ignored, the late nights at work events, the sudden interest in a new gym, the way she'd flinched when I'd playfully touched her stomach a few weeks ago. I felt like a fool, a puppet dancing to a tune I couldn't hear. The man I was, loyal and trusting, began to crumble, replaced by a hollow ache. Over the next few weeks, Sarah's behavior became increasingly strange. She was distant, her eyes often glazed over, lost in thought. Our once easy conversations became strained, punctuated by long silences. She'd snap at trivial things, then immediately apologize, a flicker of guilt in her eyes that vanished as quickly as it appeared. I started noticing the small things. A new, expensive perfume I hadn't bought her. Receipts for dinners at upscale restaurants like Alinea, far too pricey for a casual work meal, tucked away in her purse. Her phone, once an open book, was now guarded, always locked, always within reach. The slow discovery was agonizing. I found a second phone, hidden in a shoebox at the back of her closet, vibrating silently with a text from M. My hands trembled as I unlocked it. Her birthday, a date I knew by heart, was her password. The messages were a gut punch. Declarations of love, plans for their future. Excited chatter about our baby. There were photos, too, of them together, laughing, embracing, and one particularly cruel image of Mark's hand resting on her visibly pregnant belly. He was a smug-looking man, older, with a self-satisfied smirk that made my blood boil. He looked untouchable, like he'd won a prize he didn't deserve. Sarah, meanwhile, grew colder, more manipulative. She'd accuse me of being paranoid, of not trusting her, turning my pain into her weapon. "You're imagining things, David," she'd say, her voice laced with feigned concern. "Maybe you need to see someone." She even suggested couples therapy, a cruel irony, knowing full well the truth she was hiding. The gaslighting was relentless, chipping away at my sanity, making me doubt my own perceptions. I felt trapped, suffocated by her lies, yet unable to confront her without proof she couldn't deny. The villains, Sarah and Mark, truly felt untouchable, basking in their deceit while I withered. I hit rock bottom one rainy evening, sitting alone in our apartment on North Lake Shore Drive, staring out at the gray expanse of Lake Michigan. The city lights blurred through my tears. I was emotionally broken, a shell of the man I once was. The thought of confronting her, of shattering the illusion of our life, filled me with dread. But then, a different emotion began to stir, a cold, hard resolve. They had taken everything from me, my trust, my future, my peace. I wouldn't let them get away with it. The loyal husband was gone, replaced by a strategic, ruthless avenger. My revenge began subtly. Started gathering proof meticulously. I hired a private investigator, a discreet woman named Alina from a firm downtown on Wacker Drive, who provided irrefutable evidence. Photos of Sarah and Mark, entering and leaving a luxury apartment building in Lincoln Park, recordings of their phone calls discussing their new life. Bank statements showing large transfers from Sarah's account to a joint account with Mark. I consulted with a divorce attorney, Ms. Evelyn Reed, whose office overlooked Millennium Park. She laid out the legal landscape, the intricacies of marital assets, and the devastating impact of adultery in Illinois law. I learned about the discovery phase, about depositions, about how to build an airtight case. I set legal and social traps. I subtly steered conversations with mutual friends towards Sarah's stress at work, planting seeds of doubt about her recent behavior. I ensured that the baby shower invitation, the very one that had shattered my world, would find its way into the hands of key people, her parents, our closest friends, even her boss. I made sure it looked like an accidental discovery, a misplaced email, a forgotten printout. The legal trap was simpler, a carefully constructed divorce petition detailing every infidelity, every lie, every financial transgression, ready to be filed the moment the social bomb detonated. The public exposure happened at Sarah's surprise baby shower held at a chic event space in the West Loop. She walked in, glowing, surrounded by friends and family, all oblivious. Mark was there too, playing the doting father-to-be. The air was thick with false cheer. As Sarah opened gifts, I stepped forward, a small, elegantly wrapped box in my hand. "Sarah," I said, my voice calm, almost serene, "I have a gift for you, and for Mark." Inside the box wasn't a baby item, but a single, crisp copy of the baby shower invitation. It's addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Mark Jensen, along with a printout of the divorce petition, clearly stating the grounds for adultery. The room fell silent. Sarah's face drained of color, her eyes wide with horror. She couldn't move. Mark, initially confused, quickly understood, his smug expression replaced by a panicked grimace. The whispers started, then grew louder, a wave of shock and disgust washing over the room. Her parents looked devastated, her friends recoiled. The carefully constructed facade of her life crumbled in an instant. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Sarah was completely ruined. The divorce proceeded, swift and merciless. With the overwhelming evidence, she lost everything. The apartment, a significant portion of her assets, and any semblance of her reputation. Her career was in tatters, her social circle evaporated. Mark, it turned out, was not as untouchable as he seemed. His own marriage ended, and his professional standing took a severe hit. The baby, born a few months later, became a symbol of their deceit, a constant reminder of the wreckage they had created. I saw Sarah once more, months later, in a coffee shop on State Street. She was alone, looking gaunt, her eyes hollow. She didn't see me. I watched her for a moment, then turned and walked away, the quiet, haunting satisfaction, a cold comfort. The revenge was complete, but the emptiness remained, a chilling reminder of what was lost. The end.